My life just turned to the point where I was staying at home in my room. Got to the point where I weren't sure what days it was. Don't want to open the windows. Just basically someone who was very bubbly and out there. I ended up being very closed off to the world and embarrassed. I started in 2010 as an administrator, and it was absolutely incredible. I worked with a great team. The office was thriving. It was enjoyable. It was really fantastic until 2015. I was given an opportunity to train my comparator up, it started off really well, which was amazing. However, the management, the head teacher said there's no funding for courses, and so therefore no one in the office was allowed to go on the course that year. However, my comparator was allowed to go on the course. And then the same thing happened the following year, and it was a repeat. I had concerns about the fact that there's only one person who was able to go on courses to enhance their career and upkeep their skills. And eventually next there was a restructure in the workplace, and that restructure, everyone had to reapply for their job positions. We discovered that the restructure was actually designed for one person, and that was my comparator. And my comparator was able to thrive, get a promotion above all of the original staff management in the office. That's where it became apparent that the restructure was ultimately designed for one person and one person to thrive only. I found that my anxiety and depression started to appear because my comparator started pulling me up on things that wasn't without having a performance management, but then would scrutinize me about certain aspects of the work, but without doing it in a formal or in a manner that is professional. It was when my colleagues were identifying that I was getting mistreated and that they saw me burst into tears and run into the toilet, and trying to be professional, making sure no one sees it face to face. We're in an open plan office. However, there were times when I would go into the toilet and say, please can I be excused? And I would literally just burst into tears, have a panic attack. My heart keeps racing quite a lot. And I just had to try and calm myself down, and then those panic attacks started continuing more frequently than before. Soon after that, things started to change. There was another incident at work with a colleague who was verbally abusive to me, direct, in front of the head teacher, and ever since then I have had PTSD because of the way it was handled. And even after the head teacher was present and saw what happened and acknowledged that that was wrong, said that they would investigate, they never investigated. And it unfortunately continued to be picked on, and that's when the victimization started to really show. It was showing prior, but it was very subtle, and then it became quite stern. And so that's when I got PTSD. I had difficulty sleeping, a lot of sleepless nights. My weight changed. I dropped in weight. My skin, I started getting really bad acne. Eventually I started not socializing. I wasn't able to socialize, and I still don't socialize with I haven't reconnected with my previous friends simply because I'm so traumatized about the experience that I've had to endure. My life just turned to the point where I was staying at home in my room. Got to the point where I weren't sure what days it was. Don't want to open the windows. Just basically someone who was very bubbly and out there. I ended up being very closed off to the world and embarrassed. However, with the support from the doctors and my psychiatrist as well, therapist, they helped me improve. And so that was really painful, because I went into hospital for 6 weeks under special care. And when I finally overcome to get better and was well, I did everything I can to return back to work. The professional said I was fit to work, but then my workplace stopped me from returning back to work. That was heartbreaking, because all I wanted to do is get back into normality. All I wanted to do is get back to the job I enjoy. When I was not fit to work, when I was off sick, I actually was suicidal, and so therefore I had an adult social worker, I had therapists, I had a psychiatrist, and I also had a dietitian, because I've lost immense weight. I ended up having to borrow some money of family members when family members were also, some people made redundant and had to go into their savings to help support me. My parents were retired and had to go back into finding jobs and being able to support me financially. So it took a whole toll on not just myself, my family. I went to a conference, it was a legal conference, and at that conference I was recommended Slater and Gordon, and specifically Doreen Rees. We had a telephone conference and then we met face to face, and I instantly just knew that I was in safe hands. She was so attentive, so calming, and I had so much anxiety before. And she managed to just try and calm me down, and that's when I realised that her and her solicitor, her team, were the best fit for me. Doreen handled it in the most beautiful manner. I'm sorry, it's just she's absolutely incredible, and her and her team have just gone above and beyond, and the hardest times of my life, and she was attentive. Also, because of my dyslexia and my processing, my understanding, really took the time to understand me and how my processing is. And I'm forever thankful with her, not just her kindness, but her professionalism and being able to adapt to my disability as well, and just treating me with the utmost respect. And that's all I wanted, just to be noticed and valued and seen. And Doreen gave me that, and her team gave me that as well. So I'm forever going to be grateful for that.